What's up guys, Mr. Very here, and today I am bringing you a game called Evoland, and basically it is an evolving RPG that takes from earlier series such as Dragon Warrior, Final Fantasy, all the Final Fantasies. It takes from The Legend of Zelda, and you can see these are very Zelda-esque monsters and the very Zelda-esque sword swipe. And this music, for those of you who have played Dragon Warrior, it will remind you the most of Dragon Warrior. And then you get the 16 colors display. It's awesome. You can see how the game just progresses so quickly. Definitely worth picking up. You can find this on the Steam store for $5 until June 24th. And I just wanted to say that I'm sorry that I really haven't been doing many videos lately, but I've kind of been prepping for my birthday, and today is my birthday, June 22nd, and I just turned 21 today. So, yeah, I'm very excited. I intend on having a good time with my girlfriend and some close friends. And videos will be coming back out, there is no doubt about that. And at about the rate they were, I'm trying to keep up with a minimum of one video daily. And since I broke that for like 2 days in a row, you're gonna have one of these upcoming days that I release like 2 or 3 videos in one day. So, but anyway, you can see that you can definitely tell what RPGs it took from. And I don't know if I already said this, but the music really reminds me of Dragon Warrior. And then they give you free movement, and free movement is the difference between being stuck on some sort of square path to being like just basically, rather than being on the X and Y axis and just following up and down them, you get to go all over the place. Yeah, sorry. Little embarrassing. But right now you don't have hit points, so if one of these guys kills you, or hits you once, it's game over. And there's my inventory with a sword. And now this is so Final Fantasy / Dragon Warrior-esque. The turn-based battle is very Final Fantasy. This reminds me of like Final Fantasy 1 or 2 so much. And a little spoiler alert, in the next video, or the video after this one, you will get to meet a boss named Kefka's Ghost. For those of you who have played Final Fantasy, Kefka was a badass, and I like that they made Kefka's Ghost included in here. Trying. Alright. I'm I'm like, at least got one, let's save. I think I mess up one more time, and then I think I get it. Yeah, I know. It's not as easy as it looks. And unfortunately, when I'm recording, it tends to slow the frame rate, so sometimes that'll give creatures an advantage over me. And I think I mess up on this dude. Yup. Oh, that was very sad. But, now this is the final and last time, and then we move forward. Just gotta poke him in the butt. I was being so cautious. So this is the village, guys, and you can see that I just went to the NPCs and got them unlocked. And this little boy ends up telling you about the growth seed, which is a key item. You really do need to get the growth seed. And what the growth seed does is it turns you from a child to a man. And that enter house's chest just allowed us to invade people's privacy and unlock the innkeeper, so now can stay here for only 10 glees. Also, for those of you who haven't played Final Fantasy, Glees is a spin-off of Gil, which is the currency in Final Fantasy. Yeah, I adore all the references in this game. And yeah, you definitely want to check stuff in this game too. And this guy won't sell me anything because I'm still a child. So I'm like, alright, time to go look for that growth seed. And there's the well. Hell yeah, we want to eat the strange seed and grow into an adult. And now you can just return to where you were in the village, but I would suggest going where I'm going now, as you get to pick up a card, and there's a card game called Double Twin. It's very simple and it's very fun. And the more you collect, the easier it will be. So definitely try to collect extra boxes and, you know, go to areas that you don't necessarily have to. So I go in here because I'm gonna buy a long sword. And with my attack increased, I decide it's probably a pretty good idea that I go back outside and grind for a while. Unfortunately, this guy isn't gonna Yeah. Doesn't like the current equipment, so... Yup, there's a reference to Kefka again. And luckily I walked in there and got the card Torque. Torques are these beastly creatures that you find in the Crystal Caves. I think it's funny they called it the Crystal Caves too, as well, because there's a spot called the Crystal Caves in Tibia. Just looking for items. And I think this is where I decide, you know what, I'm just gonna go grind. And grind we shall. And the longsword is much more effective. Pretty much just slashing through them, you know. Typical grind fest. With the longsword, you can take them out, like, in one hit, no matter what creature it is here. And I was trying to accrue, like, at least 600 glees before I went back into the city, so that I could get the copper armor, and hopefully something else, but, I think I end up saving my money. Yeah, longsword is much more effective than the sword you find in the chest, by far. So I go ahead and buy the copper armor, and at the bottom left you can see it says I'm now ready to fight stronger monsters. So, and I'm only 10 gold short of being able to buy the rare card there. I really wish I had just grinded on like one more creature and then gone and bought that. But I didn't really know what the cards were at the time, and now I have a better understanding. So, I guess I understand. So basically, here's where you're meeting your first party member who has fainted, and you have to survive as well as defeat all enemies, which is pretty easy. And then she gets a Phoenix down used on her and heals up. And I chose the name Emma for her, and that's because Emma is my lovely girlfriend's name. But that's it for this part, guys. I hope you enjoyed.